pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mayor Gerardo Anaya,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jesus Roldan,
Present.
Councilmember Luis Galindo,
Present.
Councilmember Miguel Villalpando,
Present.
Councilmember Juan Castillo,
Present.
Councilmember Marta Gonzalez,
Present.
Councilmember Lorena Delgadillo.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving on, call to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to address council?
Vivian Aaron,
Vivian Aaron, 834 North Somerton Avenue, Somerton. I try not to make this a habit, okay? I want to thank the city for the opportunity for attending the APA conference with the Community Development Director 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of good information there about city planning and growth style, since now that I'm in the planning and zone, I got a lot of learning to do. And one of it is especially about infilling and how it can save money and increase revenue at the same time. I requested the slide deck from a learning session, which the council may be interested in viewing. And I had a copy sent to Saul at the community development as well. And I guess there can be, I don't know if you want to have it as a presentation. Also, number 2, I was wondering if the master plan is addressing increased urban heat caused by the development of farmland into asphalt, concrete, and other heat rating materials through minimum shade requirements or planting of more shade trees and street trees, ensuring xeriscape is properly done versus xeriscaping, maybe even create a maximum heat level for development and landscape, along with identifying intense heat zones throughout the city and how to mitigate those areas. Not all new home seekers want yards full of gravel, especially if they have pets and or children, not to mention the radiated heat. Some of our local mountains are being demolished as a result of the increased demand for gravel. If you drive to Phoenix, you'll see that mountain that has the A. They're crashing it from the back right now to try to, keep up with all the gravel that people are wanting. Is the city looking to create cooler outdoor gathering spaces to allow residents to have events in Somerton? Right now, a lot of people probably go to the, West Wetlands because it's very shady, Smucker Park. We have our parks. They're pretty old. They should be forest by now, but we're lacking quite a few trees in that area. Let's see, because they would actually provide a higher quality of life for our current and future residents and their descendants, ultimately attracting more population, which would be great for all the new small businesses that have opened. If a new family had to weigh the pros and cons of each city in Yuma County, where would they choose and why? 3, urban heat zones contribute to higher electrical costs during the summer when some of our residents may struggle to pay higher bills. APS recognizes the important relationship of trees and lower energy costs and has the competitive tree grant program of $1,000 to $10,000 each year for the purchase of trees if the city hasn't already taken advantage of that program. There's a tree equity score tool on their website, and Somerton ranks pretty low. Some places only have 2% canopy, 1% canopy, and the average should be about 16% canopy. I don't also know who's pruning the city trees, but it'd be a lot less maintenance and cost if they're allowed to grow in a natural shape to provide more canopy and only prune for wind flow. Lion tailing trees is unhealthy long-term, high maintenance, and defeats the purpose of a shade tree, and shrubs are not meant to be shaped like balls. Edward Scissorhand, I say, meets Super Mario World. During the pandemic, when people stayed home, home gardening jumped to an all-time high, and many people are removing their hardscape and planting enjoyable gardens, but it's also being offset by hot artificial turf and gravel landscape. It would be great if the city had a learning green space similar to the Moody Garden in Yuma, but with much more than just desert plants. I would definitely volunteer to help develop something like that. Luckily, we are still 5 to 6 degrees cooler than Phoenix, and hopefully we can keep it that way. There's an abundance of information out there on low watering gardens, permaculture, and new technology to reduce the amount of water needed, especially for the agricultural sector. Anything grown by the city or residents help to mitigate urban heat. Yes, I am a proponent of shade, low maintenance plants, urban farming, community gardens, food forests, gardening, and tree propagation to save on tree costs. Lastly, annual cleanup is around the corner. Does the city still have a tree chipper? I don't know if they do. If the city chipped the green waste instead of taking it to the landfill and offered it to residents to use as mulch, there would be cost savings of the tipping fee, fuel for the trips to the landfill, and mulch that can be used to revitalize soil and cool the ambient air, as long as they are not diseased trees with fungus like the sooty canker. There's a growing business in mulch and compost in our area. There's DMF Living Soils, if you guys haven't heard about that one, Desert Compost, Go Green Organics. There are places that accept green waste and landscaping debris. Maybe the city already takes our green waste to them. Other Arizona cities have the chipdrop.com program, but they don't have it here because I tried to get one. And I know many Yuma area gardeners and urban homesteaders who track down tree companies for a truckload of tree mulch. So it's basically trash to cash because they'll charge $300 for a truckload of their mulch trees and they save tipping fees. And so it's a win-win situation. Appreciate your time. Hopefully you'll consider this maybe for a future agenda item. If you have any questions, I'm always available.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public wishing to address council? There's no one. We have one proclamation, Hispanic Heritage Month, 2023.
Whereas Hispanic Heritage Month honors all American citizens of Hispanic descent and celebrates the rich and vibrant traditions of family, faith, handwork, and patriotism. Whereas Hispanic Americans help reinforce our relationship with our Latin American neighbors as we work to bolster liberty in the region and achieve free and fair trade with our regional partners. Whereas Hispanic Americans have played a pivotal role in our country's strength and prosperity. Their spirit, energy, and leadership are woven into the culture of America and enrich all our lives. Whereas Hispanic Americans make up more than 95% of the population in the city of Somerton, and the city of Somerton takes great pride in the members of our Hispanic community and honors organizations, families, and individuals of Hispanic American descent in appreciation of their invaluable local contributions in many professions and fields, including education, law, government, business, science, sports, the arts, and brave service in the United States Armed Forces that continue to enrich the history and culture of our city while continuing to unite and sustain us as a community. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Gerardo Anaya, of the City of Somerton, hereby proclaim September 15th to October 15th as Hispanic Heritage Month in the City of Somerton as a time to recognize and celebrate the many contributions, diverse cultures, and extensive histories of the Hispanic American community.
I want to welcome Consul Dulce María Valle Álvarez. Quiero dar la bienvenida y unas palabras y ahorita tomamos una foto con proclama aquí.
Claro que sí, muchísimas gracias, alcalde. May I just speak in Spanish or?
Sí.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much, because it's an Hispanic proclamation, I think. It's speak in Spanish. Yes. Agradezco mucho el honor de recibir esta proclama de la herencia hispana por parte de la ciudad de Somerton. Es un hecho simbólico, pero es un hecho de gran relevancia que inicia primero con una semana en 1968, y como bien lo explicó la señora Moreno, después en 1988 pasa a un mes y tenemos un mes de celebración, lo cual es sumamente positivo porque se reconoce no solamente Somerton, sino el gobierno de Estados Unidos, la contribución de la comunidad hispana a el país y en el caso particular del que estamos ahora hablando, a la megaregión del condado de Yuma, del condado de La Paz y de toda la megaregión que aquí vive. Una breve reflexión nada más. Quizás este es un momento para recordar 1492, cuando hubo un encuentro, un descubrimiento mutuo que fue brutal, pero que fue interesante y que nos ha dejado toda esta herencia hispana en la cultura, en la ciencia, en el arte y la contribución de todos los hispanos que viven en Estados Unidos, toda esta contribución que han hecho. Y yo algo muy importante, el idioma. Yo creo que el idioma, no sé, estuve viendo unas estadísticas y hay ahorita 57 millones de habitantes en Estados Unidos que hablan español. Eso los convierte en el segundo país de habla hispana más grande del mundo, después de México. Hay más hispanoparlantes en Estados Unidos que en España. Eso es increíble. Las perspectivas y los pronósticos son aún más favorables, porque yo pienso que no debe haber una confrontación, debe haber una fusión, un enriquecimiento de culturas, y yo creo que el estadounidense puro, o el estadounidense mexicano, estadounidense colombiano, etcétera, este mosaico cultural que tenemos, si hablan dos idiomas, se les abren fronteras inimaginables. Entonces yo creo que esta herencia cultural que implica también el idioma, pues es algo muy positivo, por lo cual me siento sumamente honrada de ser quien reciba esta proclamación a nombre del gobierno de México en mi calidad de cónsul de México en el condado de Yuma y de La Paz. Les agradezco muchísimo, alcalde, miembros del concilio, esta enorme distinción de la que nos han hecho honor. Muchísimas gracias.
Also, si gusta pasar por enfrente para tomar una foto con el alcalde. Everybody. Con todos.
One, two, three. Sorry. Era para que sonrieran. Listo.
We have 3 items in consent agenda. Approval of Arizona special liquor license for Somerton UTV block party. Approval of an Arizona special event license application from Sant Adult Day Fall Festival on behalf of Saguaro Foundation. And approval of resolution number 2023-017, resolution of mayor and city council authorizing all steps necessary funding to become participating employer in the elected official retirement plan or any other similar alternate plan on behalf of city elected officials of the city of Somerton, allowing for health insurance benefits for elected officials, establishing effective date, repealing any conflicting provisions, and providing for severability. Does any member of council want to remove an item from consent agenda? Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve
There's a-
items in the consent agenda.
There's a motion by Vice Mayor Roldan,
Second.
second by Councilman Castillo. All's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to new business, discussion and possible action to approve funding agreement between Arizona Department of Housing and City of Somerton Heights Improvement Phase 2 in the amount of $466,637.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, Yolanda Galindo, CDBG consultant. Before you, you do have the funding agreement with the Arizona Department of Housing and the City of Somerton for Phase 2 of the Somerton Heights project. Once funding agreement is fully executed, then we can go out to bid for that project. Any questions?
Any questions or comments? No? Is there a motion?
Thank you.
So moved, Mayor.
So motion by Councilman Galindo,
Second.
second by Councilman Villalpando. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, discussion and possible action to approve resolution number 2023-019.
Good evening, council members. Upon reviewing the budget forms, we noticed that the tax levy rate was on Schedule B was miscalculated. So we had to submit a revision on Schedule B, which also affected Schedule A of the budgetary forms. There's no financial impact to the city residents because the tax rate went down. But there is a minor $17,000 impact on our revenue coming in.
Positive impact or negative?
Negative
Negative.
impact, unfortunately.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions or comments?
One comment, Mayor. I was taking a look at the improvement districts, and I see that it's a big chunk of money that we're getting from the improvement district. So, just, I guess our job as a city, just make sure that we're keeping up those districts, our citizens are paying for that service, so we need to.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve resolution number 2023-020? A motion by Councilwoman Delgadillo. Second by Councilwoman Gonzalez. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, resolution number 2023-018.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The City of Somerton submitted an application to the Arizona Department of Transportation Mobility Management Division for fiscal year 2024 ADOT 5310 program that supports the purchase of a new transport van for use for the City of Somerton's Desert Valley Senior Center program. Yes.
Okay, I read number 4, so for the record, discussion on possible action to approve resolution number 2023-020. Okay.
The program is federally funded by the Federal Transit Administration, and a Title VI policy statement and implementation plan is required for the submission of the application. The Title VI policy and implementation plan is correlated with a template provided by the ADOT Mobility Division Management Team and is included and a requirement to participate and receive funds for this program. City staff has worked on several drafts and then submitted the revised documents to ADOT for review, critique, and consensus. The Title VI plan and policy statement are required to apply for program funds and prior to any award announcement by the City Council. Exhibit A represents the final accepted documents version submitted to ADOT's Civil Rights Department and who deemed the documents met the required regulatory criteria needed to award a transit contract to the City of Somerton. The attached document is not intended to circumvent any current policies or plan, but designated to address the current ADOT's 5310 program standards and is directly correlated for transit vehicles purchased through ADOT and this program. Adopting the policy and plan assures FTA and ADOT that the city will fully comply with the provisions contained in Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of the 1964 to prevent discrimination against minority and low-income populations when delivering city programs and activities. Mayor and council, we're confident that we will obtain this grant. This resolution is just is part of the requirement for this funding. Any questions?
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Make a motion Mayor, to approve as presented, item as presented.
It's a motion by Vice Mayor Roldan,
Second, Mayor.
second by Councilman Galindo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 4, approval of resolution number 2023-018.
Yes, Mayor, Mayor and Council, we will table that. If we want to go to executive session, request.
Okay, yeah. That video, getting heat exhaustion. Okay, so we're gonna go summer current events, then go into executive session, then come back for item number 4.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Yes, that video was a little bit long, Mayor, I know. So, first, we'll start off with community development.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. In community development, we have right now we are reviewing the second submittal for the lot tie of Circle K. That is expected to go out by the end of this week, back to the engineer for revision. The Somerton 1898 subdivision broke ground this week. And per the meeting we had with the developer last month, we're about 100, they're going to take about 180 days to complete, which should see, we expect to see new homes being built there as soon as May of next year, Somerton 1898. So that's exciting. And then last week, Mayor, actually, no, 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to attend the state planning conference in Litchfield Park. A lot of exciting topics ranging from housing affordability to water to climate change, hydrogen production were discussed at the conference. I appreciate the opportunity for attending that conference. And that is all I have.
Next, Public Works, Charles Gutierrez.
Mayor and Council. Today, the Streets Division at the Parkview Avenue and Main Street Improvements, GCE, has about 85% of the 18-inch concrete pipe for the storm drain installed. We'll be doing some relocating of a water line tomorrow. We've notified the school, the high school, that it will be shut down for tomorrow for approximately half a day. The Southwest gas lines, oh, yay, they're 100% complete. Fugel is finishing up the concrete work, and the asphalt work should be completed by mid next week, and they should be completely out of Paraconia Park. We had some issues with the water pump, the main water pump, 100 horsepower water pump. Everything has been rebuilt. The water pump, the motor itself had a little rattle to it. We've taken care of that. It was an alignment issue. Everything's working great on that side of it now. You shouldn't have no decreased water pressure or anything like that now. On Thursday morning, wastewater will be starting a video for the No Flush Wipes campaign. We're having too many wipes in the sewer system, and it's causing some issues. We could be ending up having some major problems. So we're starting this campaign about no flushing the wipes. So you'll be seeing that coming up here pretty soon.
We need to follow that council. Okay.
And if you notice around the recycle yard out there, we've been quite busy out there the last couple of weeks. If you've ever been out there, there's been a lot of bales of cans, paper, all sorts of things. It's leaving. We're almost completely out of all the bales. Probably by Friday, we're hoping by Friday, all the bales will be gone. We'll be starting to work on the next phasing of it, of removing all the scrap metal and different things like that. We're cleaning up the yards. Everything is getting clean. So just want to let you know that as you start to see trucks and things like that, moving out of the recycle yard back there, we're doing that. We're cleaning up your yard. So just wanted to let you know that. Thank you.
Chief of Police, Chief Juarez.
Mayor and council, good evening. We continue to hire we filled a couple other positions, but we only have maybe 3 or 4 officer positions open. We want to remind the public that you can apply online, either at the City of Somerton webpage or through Indeed. Reminding the public that traffic is picking up. We're about to go into the busy season of traffic. This is when we get most of our accidents during this time of year. So just reminding everybody to follow traffic control devices, stop signs, just to keep everybody safe. I want to thank the staff that attended the 911 memorial, the staff and some of the council members that attended. It was mostly coordinated by the fire chief, and it turned out very good. The fire department did a lot of the back end to it, so I just want to thank the chief for that. And to remind everyone that animal control schedule has been modified a little bit to extend the hours of additional coverage for pickup of dead animals and duties that they have, animal control related. And the last thing I want to remind the public is that you can remain anonymous if you call. The dispatcher doesn't have to necessarily get your information. You can always tell the dispatcher you'd like to remain anonymous. We had a call today where a man was down in an alleyway. We couldn't get much information from the caller. We wish people would stay on the line a little bit longer so we can get information, not to get you involved in the case, but it will help us solve the cases that we have. So remember to tell the dispatcher you don't want to provide your name, you don't want to provide a phone number, you just want to make the report of the incident that you have at hand. So thank you very much.
Mayor, that's all we have.
Councilwoman Gonzalez. Councilman Castillo.
We actually, we had a health committee meeting, last week. So just wanted to provide an update. We were having preliminary discussions with some of the brokers that came in. They presented some options. So we should be meeting again pretty soon, just to ensure that we want to get the best available option for us, for our employees and the city. So we're on preliminary stages right now, but should be having more information in the next months to come. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Delgadillo.
I have nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Councilman Galindo.
Thank you.
Councilman Villalpando.
Mayor, I actually do have one thing from the YMPO meeting, and Charles is here, so you might be able to help me if I need help clarifying this. But we were rated number 3 for, it was some special funding through the state, correct? And it was 1.3 million, and they submitted it as number 3 through YMPO. So there is a very high chance, thanks to Charles' work on this, that we will get funded. And that's for improvement of 95 and Somerton Avenue, right? Yes. Okay. So I got it right. Thank you. And that's the YMPO, Mayor.
Vice Mayor.
I had a meeting today with WACA, with the RCOA meeting, and I think one of the things they're opening a new office in Parker. It's going to be a grand opening on the 27th of October, so we probably might be going over there. And also, thank you for the invite for the 9/11 ceremony. Was nice, and thank you for the nice dress, and all of you guys look really sharp out there. So thank you for the invite, and thank you, Jasmine, for the speech. It was it was nice. Thank you for helping out the refreshments and everything. So I think that is something that we do it every year, but so thank you very much.
Went to the GYDC meeting this last week, and they purchased a program that they're gonna share, or they were gonna meet with the economic development staff and just getting all the data of spending and I don't know what the term is, but they it helps out with just showing a new potential business where the money's at, and that tool is very powerful. So they were gonna make it available to all the cities in Yuma County. What they presented, that's it gives data that we've in the past purchased similar programs, but at least now they have it there for us for be able to utilize for potential investors. There was a mention in call to the public on trees, and today I was reading on the infrastructure plan and where monies has gone, and a lot of the money the federal government is giving is for in Arizona is for heat, and a lot of it's landscaping, so they're giving out grants for and a lot of it is for planting trees and doing stuff against like the heat. City of Phoenix got money, and Tucson and other cities in Arizona. So maybe we can start looking at that, talking to our congressional staff and see if there's any opportunities for that. I just heard that this summer that there was additional monies for at least for heat mitigation, or so that's. And we've been seeing our cooler months. With cooler months brings exciting times for Somerton, all special events, more people, more accidents, more. So more, and I just want to thank staff and ahead of time for your hard work, and it's exciting times but it's a lot of work for, like I said, special events. All city staff is involved with them, and also accidents, unfortunately, with all the people. And we've been seeing more this week, and we're not getting all the people that move here during the winter. So good luck, and thank you for in advance. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we're gonna go into executive sessions. No. No. We'll make a motion to enter.
Mayor, excuse me.
We need a vote to move into e-session.
I make a motion
We don't do it there. Okay.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Second. Motion by Councilman Delgadillo, second by Councilman Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Otras. ¿Qué pasó, Miguel? ¿Otra camisa blanca? ¿O es lo que veo? ¿Qué hice? Déjame, no te preocupes.
Councilman Galindo, in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're gonna. Item number 4, approval of resolution number 2023-018. Your motion or what?
Mayor, you can either decide to go forward with the resolution, you can table it, you can do as you wish at this point.
Or, it's a motion by Councilman
Second.
Rodriguez, second by Councilman Roldán, those in favor, Vice Mayor Roldán, those in favor? Any opposed? It's 8:27, meeting's adjourned.
Eso sí.